Is it time for a quickie?
A Pirate's Cove Quickie.
Ooh, smack my ass.
When you see this movie, kids are going to believe one day that these turtles actually do exist when we are done with this movie. These turtles are from an alien race, and they are going to be tough, edgy, funny, and completely lovable.
And completely terrible. Thank you, Michael Bay, for opening up Pirates Cove Quickie. I'm Keith. It's Box.
Yep.
Here we go, down to it. 10 minutes. Ninja Turtles. Michael Bay announces this. You heard it just now.
Yep. Nickelodeon up front, 2012.
They're aliens. And people everywhere, not just me, I don't know about how you feel about this, are pissed off. I mean...
Yeah, a lot of people mad about it.
Geez, I mean, uproar. Everybody's covering this. TMZ, like I mentioned, Conan O'Brien made a skit that's really funny. Maybe we'll post it. You need to check it out. Everybody's talking. Michael Bay, Ninja Turtles, aliens. Please tell me you feel like me.
I've gone back and forth.
Yeah.
See, originally I was like, it's not a big deal because, I was like, it's early. It's going to be a while. Plus, you know me, I'm all for... especially with this Mass Effect stuff, let the people do what they want to do.
And you're staying positive. Hey,
right.
That's a different trait.
Yeah. Now, I will say, when you first told me, and I was saying, like, Michael Bay's a producer,
yes.
You don't have to worry about it.
You're right.
I was under the impression, I hadn't heard the actual clip. I just heard about the clip. So I was thinking that you were saying, is it Liebsman?
Yeah, Jonathan Liebsman, the director.
I was thinking the big news was he was the one that said it.
No, Michael from
So
Michael.
then I went back. I was like, oh, maybe this might be bad news. But then I've gone back.
He's going back to the promised land.
Yeah.
Safest Box.
The first important thing is the fact that this was done at Nickelodeon Upfront 2012, which is basically kind of sort of a E3 Apple keynote style for Nickelodeon.
Yeah.
They basically they're going up there. He's the big name behind it because it's his company.
Yeah, Platinum Dunes.
Yeah.
His producing company.
Right. I'm thinking that granted, a producer is the boss.
Yeah.
But really, the whole division between director and producer, directors make the movie, producers get the movie made. He hires the directors, now the producer does have the option to fire and take over, make vetoes.
Which I'm hoping he doesn't do.
I don't think it will because, he's actually produced a bunch of movies that if you look at these, you don't immediately think of them as Michael Bay movies.
Yeah. And I'm not necessarily blaming all of it on Michael Bay because somebody wrote this script.
Right.
And I don't believe it's Michael Bay.
Yeah.
And I find it hard to believe, although I probably don't find it hard to believe.
Michael Bay.
That he said, let's make them aliens.
Michael Bay hasn't written a script.
Yeah.
It's the guy that wrote. It's the guys that wrote Mission Impossible.
I got their names here in a minute.
They've said one of the co-creators is working on it with them.
Kevin Eastman.
So Eastman is the one working
Ninja Turtles,
on it?
yes, was created by Kevin. If you don't know this, Kevin Eastman and Peter Lard back in 1984, I believe. They worked on this comic as a kind of a joke. They drew a turtle and made him a ninja and said, let's make a comic book. And it just blew up the cartoon series, the movies. Here we are.
Right.
Me, as a young age, I fell in love with the Ninja Turtles. I love three main things, and it's Batman, of course, number one, Ghostbusters, Ninja Turtles, and that's my three favorite franchises of all time. And just why does he feel? Why do they, whoever's making this movie, to change it? It's like kind of like, let's say Superman. He's an alien from outer space that comes to Earth. Well, what if they're saying, let's make a Superman movie where he's human. He's from Earth, and he just gets. Why? What's the point?
Well, see, I did not read the original comics.
Yeah.
Or any of the comics, really. But I did some research on it. I looked into the original.
Okay. Look at
in the original Mirage comics, while the Turtles weren't actually alien, the ooze was.
Okay.
Now, a lot of the complaints that people have about how Michael Bay handled the source material of Transformers was the fact that he wasn't familiar with it. He was sort of detached.
Yeah.
Now, the fact that he's just a producer could make him even more detached. He just saw that it was alien thing.
And that could be
could just be saying...
And I like the positive attitude. And trust me, I want to... Because I posted on Facebook, strike one. Because in no way am I saying this movie is going to be terrible. They could make it... And I have something here I'm going to save towards the end of this quickie that kind of puts me on that same page and kind of does get my excitement back into it. all this talk about Michael Bay, it really sparked, like I said, everybody's talking about it. And so he come out with a rebuttal to these fans.
Yeah.
And I quote, fans need to take a breath and chill. They have not read the script. Our team is working closely with one of the original creators, like we said, Kevin Eastman, of Ninja Turtles to help expand and give more complex backstory.
Yeah.
Relax. We are including everything that made you become fans in the first place. We are just building a richer world. Love, Michael Bay.
Yeah, I mean, and that's a great point. And the fact
It is.
See, and that's what, before you mentioned, I did not realize Eastman was the creator working on it.
Which is good.
Which that is actually even better because the other creator, Laird, he's okay with it.
Yeah. Well, I saw his thing. It's kind of like taken as a joke.
Well, I mean, he's kind of sarcastic, but I mean, the general gist of it is that he's like,
he pretty much said it was a genius idea.
Yeah, I mean,
in kind of tongue-in-cheek way, but I understand.
But I mean, for the most part, he is okay with it.
Yeah.
I mean, even though he doesn't own anything about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they sold all the rights to it now.
Yeah, you're
right. So I mean, really, it didn't matter if he's okay or not. But I mean, he is basically okay.
And if you've been listening to the show the whole time, I think one of the very first original episodes, I think the very first one, I talked about Ninja Turtles being an awesome new comic book. They just come out with in November. I think they're up to number 7 right now, and Eastman is a big part of that.
Oh, yeah.
And it's got kind of a new origin that...
yeah, you mentioned that. I still don't know what it is.
Yeah, we won't talk about it here. We don't have enough time. But it's different, and I'm okay with it. And then maybe that's what this movie's too.
Yeah.
If I see a whole planet of a bunch of turtles, I don't know how I'm going to lose my mind. How are they going to do this?
My hope for it is what I said, that he's sort of mistaken.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, I personally don't think he's going to have a whole lot to do with the movie.
Yeah.
I mean,
and that's good. Just his money.
He was the Steve Jobs, Bill Gates at that presentation.
Although I bet you $1 million April O'Neil is going to be.
Oh, well, I'm okay with that.
Yeah, supermodel.
Right. But, I mean, but going back to the Bill Gates, Steve Jobs analogy, Bill Gates was the one that announced the Xbox.
Yeah.
He didn't have anything to do with it.
He didn't have a clue.
So, I mean,
he didn't know what it was.
It was his brand and his money behind it.
Yeah.
That's it.
Some famous people from the first original 1990 Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle movie. April O'Neil, actress Judith Hogg.
I don't know how to pronounce it, but yeah.
She says she's excited about Bay's new vision, but she was in Armageddon.
Yeah, she's worked with him before, and she likes working with him.
Nightmare on Elm Street and I Am Number 4, which he produced all those movies. So, of course. And then the voice of Leonardo and the Asian geek Takashi in The Revenge of the Nerds. Brian Tachi, yes, who voiced Leonardo.
Okay, I just read the name. Oh.
So he said, if Michael Bay wants to do a different take on the Turtles origin story, mazel tov. So...
Asian Jewish people.
Yeah, but let me tell you that real quickly. This quickie, Kevin Eastman, like we had talked about, he released a statement today, and I quote: "Hey guys, sorry I've been away so long, completely swamped with work, but it's some pretty exciting stuff. I have been invited to check out the new Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle film development by my friend Scott Mendick over the years, and a while back had a full look behind the curtain of what writers Applebaum and Nemec, like you said, the Mission Impossible writers, and director Leisman and producer Bay are doing. And trust me, it is awesome. I'm officially on board and will share more as I'm allowed. Thanks all."
Yeah.
So there you go. If Kevin Eastman's on board, this gives me hope. And I'm going to write that in the new Ninja Turtles comic, they have a thing in the back, old school turtle tracks, where you can write in and they kind of answer. And I was going to write something really bad. I'm probably going to change it now to even get a chance of being published. But if he's on board...
Yeah, I really think this is a case that people are overreacting to something that they don't know about. And, I mean, my biggest issue is that people are throwing the blame at Michael Bay too much.
Yeah, and there's our 1 minute warning to the...
Yeah, we got less than a minute left.
That's right. So there you go. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles we talked about in the Quickie. Comes out Christmas Day 2013. How do you feel about this? I know there's a few of you listen.
Yes.
Maybe one of you or two are Ninja Turtles fans. Did Michael Bay, are you excited, terrible, horrible? We're blowing it out of proportion, which I think a lot of fans are, but I hope we brought you some good insight. Honestly, you were very positive on this. I expected the slap in the face, the boot.
I masturbated before I have it.
Well, then maybe we'll get you to do that every show.
You were watching. You were there.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I had to get ready for the Quickie.
But yeah, this is the first Quickie that we've done.
Yes, very first. We'll try to keep them exactly 10 minutes.
Right.
And,
well, that's the limit on YouTube.
We might do, of course. So that's the reason. So check us out. If you haven't already, facebook.com, search Pirates Cove Podcast.
Bye, everybody.
And Michael Bay, you go to hell.